Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here tonight with the Silverline Spotlight. We are here with Peter Clinton all the way from London, Roberta Conroy all the way from Los Angeles, Roland Mann somewhere in the U.S. Where are you at?
I'm in Tampa.
That's it? Oh, man. Never mind then. You got Roland.
Your road trip was to Tampa? Thought you were going out of state.
No.
Yeah, isn't it all just up the road?
Yeah.
It's all just up the road, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like 2 hours away.
About 2 hours, yeah. Although
it
took us 3 to get here just because of the traffic. It was terrible.
And then we got the famous man himself, Tommy Florente.
Floramonte, and the new puppy.
Just call him Tommy the Twerker.
Tommy the Twerker.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, but at least Tommy knows I can't pronounce last names, so he doesn't take too much offense.
No, that's not. That is perfectly okay.
Okay, so before we get started, I wanted to say a little something. We lost in our community another great person, John Harrison, who ran and owned Main Street Comics and Memorabilia in Bartow, passed away this week. So his wife and daughter are still going strong with the store, and they actually have it open right now. They closed it down for a couple of days and they have it back open. But I want to give out our thoughts and prayers to him and his family in this time. And then I think that's the most quiet Roland's ever been.
Respectful Roland.
There you go. But yeah, he was a great man. His store brought a lot to Bartow, and I still see it going strong, and it'll still be a big part of Bartow, and everybody will always have him in our hearts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, going on with the show, we are here. Silverline just launched a new Kickstarter last night, this morning, yesterday, today.
Yep, today. Today's the official launch day.
It's never the official launch day. It's always the night before.
Yeah, don't say that so loud.
No, it's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret.
Yeah, the night before is only supposed to be for the silver lovers.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean,
the fans. You guys, it's supposed to be for our hardcore fans.
So, and your hardcore fans are gonna be the ones watching this episode. So,
okay, all right.
and then Boris.
And we want more of them, right? We want we want the ones who aren't the hardcore fans to go, oh, look, these dudes have a Kickstarter. Let's go get it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And they will. So I know you're going to call me out because you messaged me last night, but I was actually busy. But I'm going to call you out.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Yeah, okay, you can call me out, and then I'm going to call you out. So you go ahead and call me out.
Let me call you out first, right? So,
the same room, can y'all punch each other? I want to see somebody throw a fist.
The last time, the last Kickstarter we launched, we did this same thing. We launched the night before, even though we had been announcing that we were going to launch it on Thursday. We launched it during the stream on Wednesday. You fussed at me. You said you've been saying all along it was going to be Thursday, and I wake up on Thursday, and there's already like a dozen backers, and you're like, I wanted to get this stuff, so you fussed at me, right? You let me have it, and so this time, before we launched, I sent you a message, and I said, hey, just a reminder, we're going to be launching at about 9:45 tonight. So I got you the message. I specifically sent you a direct message. I didn't do that for everybody. I sent you a direct message.
And I greatly appreciate it. I was passed out on my couch when you sent it. and I did back it this morning after I got up out of bed.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes.
So,
Very good.
but now here's me coming at you. What the hell? Going live a day after Cosmic Times.
Oh, you know what? So I think Martin has looked at my publishing schedule.
Did he do it again?
Yeah, he launched like 1 or 2 days before we did. He launched like Monday or Sunday.
He launched 2 days ago, which would be 1 day before your soft one.
Yeah. So for the record, just so you know, Steve, I already have our Kickstarter dates selected from now through the end of the year. So if you said, hey, are you going to be running a Kickstarter this month, and what are the dates? I could tell you, right? Because I've already got all the dates. I can look at my calendar. They're already marked. There's a line that says Kickstarter. Now I don't necessarily know which books are going to be, but I can tell you the dates, right? So I think Martin, if he's listening, I think Martin got a peek at my calendar, and he said, hey, if Roland's going to be doing this, then I need to be doing it too.
Well,
I think you should tell Martin that they're a week later than what they are, so Martin won't try to get in before us.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Well, I think Martin's just upset because Roland outdid him that one time. He lost the bet on that.
He did. That's right. He lost.
What did you get for it?
He lost our gentleman's bet, and I got a crystal mill out of that.
Woohoo! Got a crappy crystal burger sandwich. Yeah. Woo.
Right?
You got a what?
Can't you bet
A crystal.
better?
Do you know what crystals is, Pete?
Well, I know what crystal is. What's a crystal? I know crystals is a gentleman's club here in London. But go on.
Oh, you went to a gentleman's club? You didn't tell me? Oh,
I assumed you'd be there.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of White Castle?
Oh yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
So crystals is very much like White Castle.
Oh,
Very much the same.
Yeah. We don't have White Castle down here. We have Crystal.
No, we got a White Castle down now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Over by Disney, we've got one now.
okay. That's new then.
The largest. Where have you been, man? It's the largest in the world.
Yeah, I've not been, but yeah.
Well, Disneyland or White Castle.
Portillo's.
That's right. I've been busy. So anyway,
I mean,
that's when Martin and we made a gentleman's bet, and he lost, and so that's what I got out of it. The next time we did a show together, Martin had to treat me to a crystal meal, and he did. So we're good. He paid up.
I don't know if that was a win or a loss. It's Christmas.
I'm in agreement.
So it was a win for me because the bet was, for those who remember, is which of us, because we ran our Kickstarters the exact same. We ended on the exact same day. I don't know if we started on the exact same time, but we ended on the exact same day. And so our bet was who would fulfill first. And I said, dude, I'm working with Kablam.
That's right.
We're going to fulfill before you. I know that. And he said, no. I think I can fulfill before you. And see, what I found out later is that he had actually already ordered his books, right? And we didn't order anything until the Kickstarter was over because we didn't know how many to order. But Martin had already kind of pre-ordered how many he thought he was going to. He ordered more, right? So he could have some for conventions and stuff like that. But he had already ordered them. And I didn't know that until after it was over, and we still beat him.
Well, yeah, because this last one is the second time that I've got the package before I've gotten the email.
That's funny.
Because look, I even left it so we could unbox it tonight.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So
here's the thing that I had to learn kind of the hard way for these unboxing. So sometimes one of the things I will do is when I'm going to send you something, right? I will sometimes say, oh, this is Steve. Let me send him a little something extra, right? But But when you unbox it and I'm like, oh, look what else Roland sent me. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Everybody else is going to expect me to send them other stuff too, right? So, so I have to be real careful of what I send now, right?
He screws himself.
Well, see, that stuff you got to tell me, because if I ever get it before Silverline Spotlight, I unbox it on here. So you always got to let me know. Like
I'm gonna
put in an envelope that says "Do not open live."
Yeah.
Right. Do not open this live.
Exactly.
I should say in NSFS, right? Not safe for stream.
Green. I got it.
well, then I would definitely open it up.
Yeah,
I know.
right. Yeah.
Get something good in there.
So I figured later on throughout the show we'll do that. So
Cool.
Talk to us about the new Kickstarter. It's a double book that you have. Silverline has actually started making famous again.
Making what again? I'm sorry, you
A flip
robotic
book.
on me.
No, but the flip book.
The flip book, double book.
Flip book, yes, yeah. So it is a flip book, just like the last 3 or 4 of them now. And so on one side, there's Bear number 1, which is
Bar.
BR.
You know, I tell people, and I know that Steve and Tommy and Roberta will probably remember this movie, but Smokey and the Bandit from the
I know.
1978. I just hear, I forget the sheriff's name. I hear him saying it. I'm gonna get that bear, right? And that's kind of the way the spelling for the thing came up, as bear, right? And so it's so Haley Martin is the artist, and Haley, where are you? We thought you were going to be here, so we're going to talk about you since you're not here.
I have heard from her. Maybe we'll see her.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
Yep.
Yeah, because one of the things that the Kickstarter does not have on it yet is commissions from her, because I haven't worked out all the final details with her yet, and it's just because I hadn't heard from her. But she has said that she is going to offer some commissions. So so as soon as I get those details worked out from her, I will add that to the Kickstarter. But so Bear is kind of inspired by classic stories like Winnie the Pooh, Toy Story, and it comes about. The origin of it comes from when my kids were younger, and we watched a lot of those kind of shows. And just one of these days, I got to thinking, it's like, I wonder what does happen when Christopher Robin leaves, right? He and Winnie the Pooh have this special relationship, and they're always talking, or Winnie Pooh is always afraid that he's going to leave him, because it's like, hey, when will you die, or how long will you live, or something like that. I will live to be 100-year-old, and then Pooh says, well, I will live to be 99, right? Because he doesn't want to live without Christopher Robin. And so that's one of the things that got me thinking, is like, what does happen when the kid leaves the toys? And of course, there's the 100-acre wood. So our area is called the Hollow. And we have a whole lot of other stuff, and it's not just Winnie the Pooh. There's a lot of different characters. Someone spotted the turtles in one of the images that we posted. And so it's basically it's a boys' room full of toys. We're going to have books, and it's going to be science fiction stuff, and there's horror stuff and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, what has happened is the kid is now missing. The story starts, the kid is missing. And so the residents of the Hollow, some of them rejoice and like, hey, we don't have any laws anymore. The kid's gone. We're free. We can do what we want. And Bear is the only one that's like, no. We still live by the laws of the kid because he's not gone. He's going to come back, and he's going to get us, and we're going to just move to a new place. And so there's lots of chaos going on, and Bear is the one who's going to have to sort of deal with it all.
Well, Boris says when Christopher Robin leaves, Eeyore stops pretending he's depressed and goes back to ruling the 100-acre wood with an iron fist.
Something like that,
yeah. In this one,
Boris.
What's that?
I was saying good to see you on tonight, Boris. I was saying hi to Boris.
Oh, what's up, Boris? We do have an Eeyore character in here. He's called Donkey, and he drinks a lot. So
Is he from Shrek?
What's that? Is he Shrek?
Isn't that Donkey from Shrek that drinks a lot?
No. Trying to think.
Okay.
We've got Spot. We've got a dog and a cat. We've got Spot and Kitty.
So you calling me a donkey because I drink a lot?
What's that?
I said, so you calling me a donkey because I drink a lot?
No. You're the other word for it, right? Oh,
What, jackass? Yeah.
I hear
Yeah.
Trish laughing.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's his name.
No.
No, it's asshole.
My name is asshole.
Yeah.
You know,
Get it right.
This is birth certificate.
they actually
it's not
call him
applied.
in the book. He's actually called Jack,
Oh, boy.
but just Jack, right?
And Boris says, hello, all the silverfish cartoon peoples.
Hello.
What's up, Boris?
I think
Hello.
one of the best things I ever did was set you next to Boris at Olo.
That's right. So I haven't had a chance to look yet, Boris, but I'm anticipating your support for this one too. Got two more books that I think you're gonna like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Winnie the Pooh meets Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah.
with a Terminator involved in there too.
You might convince me to pick
so-
up this one.
So I'm gonna tell you about the next one now. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So on the flip side of Bea #1 is Silverline Team Up featuring Champion and Miss Fury. And this title has an interesting history because when we first started it, the idea goes back to I was just going to tell a Champion story, and then it morphed into something different, something more. Then I wanted to introduce Miss Fury. I wanted to basically, because she's public domain, in case everybody's saying, how's he doing Miss Fury? Miss Fury is public domain. And so this is not based off of any other company's Miss Fury. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to bring Miss Fury in, so she got to be in the story. And we didn't really know we didn't really have a good title for it. And so we just kind of, amongst the four of us, we were just calling it Champ Fury. And
Well, yeah, because I remember Tommy bringing that up the last time he was on.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And Tommy still calls it that.
Yep.
So if
No,
you
I even abbreviate it even more. I call it Chim Fury. I leave the P off.
Damn.
So Steve, if you'll notice, one of the covers I sent you actually
Is
says something.
cat and mouse.
Well, no,
Oh.
yeah, but read the other one. It looks like that. It actually says something about Champ Fury on there.
Yep, right there.
So anyway, long story short, what I wanted to do for a long time, Cat and Mouse readers, they'll remember Champion was introduced way back when in the pages of Cat and Mouse. He had a little storyline that he went through in Cat and Mouse, in which he got involved with the mafia trying to capture Cat and Mouse, and that didn't work. And then he had kind of his own little storyline. He was briefly featured in the Silver Storm miniseries I did. But he was an interesting enough character that it was like, okay, it was time for him to have his own story. And my problem with him and in this whole world was that he was based out of Chicago. And when you want to, when you want your characters to cross over, they're for me anyway, there needs to be legitimate reasons for them to be in places, right? They can't just say, oh, look, I'm going to New Orleans and just so that I can pal around with these other superheroes down here. So,
Everybody just goes to New Orleans to get beignets and get drunk on Bourbon Street. I mean, you don't need any other reason.
Well, and the muffaladas, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 You got to have a muffalata when you go to New Orleans. So, So anyway, this story was about reintroducing him into the because Cat and Mouse has been revamped and there's a new Cat and Mouse out. So this story was the idea was to get him reintroduced, get Miss Fury introduced into the continuity, and so part of what happens is the two of them kind of collide in New Orleans and have their story there. And it's about getting both of them into New Orleans, but it also deals with some issues of the day. One of the things that one of the images, if you've seen some of the stuff we posted, Pete drew an amazing 90s image style with all the pockets and bullets and bandoliers and swords and stuff right out of the pages of the 90s, right? And so this is one of the things he's gonna deal with is like, here he is, he's got these powers, but his pal is trying to equip him with guns and stuff like that, and he's like, I don't really need the guns, and so this is part of what happens in this first issue as well. So, and as you can see from the images that you've got there, this book is beautiful. Pete
I was going to say
knocked it out of the park. I could just sit there and stare at his pencils forever. And then, of course, Tommy inking it and Roberta coloring it just really, really brings this thing to life.
Tommy
you're going to love it.
I'm going to tell you guys, the minute I saw the preview that you sent me, Roland, it's like once I saw the first page, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. I love the coloring. I didn't even go to any of the other pages. It's like I was stuck on that first page, and it was
right.
Like, oh my God, I'm like, Silverline just stepped it up a notch. Not saying your other books aren't good, but it's like this almost took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
For me at least.
I agree. Yeah, I think so too, and I'm super stoked about it because I'm super blessed to be to have this all-star art team that I get to work with. I know Pete is. I'm going to steal a line that Pete has used before about Tommy and Roberta, but these guys make me look really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I know the other line because we were talking before y'all got here. That's not what he was talking about, Roberta and Tommy. Well, especially we can't talk about what they were saying about you.
Oh, what?
Huh?
What?
You're such a great boss.
I'm sorry. You went robotic again. I'm such a what?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Fill in the blank.
No, I'm such a blank. So you already know Tommy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Roberta and Pete. Is that cool?
Well, hold on, before we go there, Boris has a couple. We got Tommy saying hello, everybody. Hey, Tommy, glad you can make it tonight.
Such a sensible guy.
Tell that Thomas guy, whoever that was, I'm glad he could make it tonight.
Then Boris says, Boris got his stuff from last Kickstarter. Great book, but you forgot to put Batman in the books.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
And he says, not the DC Batman, but Harvey Batman, accountant and vigilante.
Ah, gotcha. Well, we do have Miss Fury in this upcoming one, and she's I would say that she's in the Batman family of superhero types.
Yeah.
Okay, so now go ahead and introduce me to Roberta and Peter. I mean, it's nice to be able to see your face now, Roberta, instead of just the shoulder.
I know she was like over here like this, right?
Well, I was scooched over.
Well, she's still working. I mean, because we're early for her. It's not even 5 o'clock her time.
My day job is like a foot to the left.
So I've known Roberta for a long time.
You're old.
And I, say again?
That's because you're old.
Yeah.
No, not Roberta.
Yeah. So Roberto and I worked at Malibu together. Roberta was one of the colorists, and then she was one of the color captains. She had a team, and Roberta, you'll have to
What's
beg
that?
your forgiveness because I can't remember the team
No,
name.
it's okay. I wasn't.
What's a color captain? If I'm going to interrupt real quick.
I'll
No,
let
I
Roberta
didn't.
explain.
No. The color captains were in charge of teams of other colorists, and they would make the key changes for the color. I was not the color captain. What I was I was the trading card captain.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, so I had me and we had basically a full reign of whatever came in and to dole it out as needed. So keep an eye on that. But I can explain the process though of the color captain was amazing. I thought it was very small teams of people, and they would be in charge of one book, and that book would be split within that small team, and the color captain would check that everybody got all the colors consistent for the book that goes out, because 5 people doing 6 people, whatever, trying to keep everyone doing the same character and the same colors with the same range. It's got to look tight. So that was consistency.
I could see somebody sitting there. I said level 37 teal, not level 34.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much that's pretty much accurate, and so one of the things too that we did there, or they did, that I absolutely loved, which I really want to. I think Silverline needs to do this before we get too far advanced. Is they had they created templates, or not templates, color codes or whatever for each of the characters. So you had like there would be like a swatch, and it'd say, here's the main color of the character, here's the one level dark shading, here's the 2 level dark shading, and then here's 1 level light shading and 1 level 2 levels dark light shading, something like that, right? So everybody was consistent.
I made it for my book, so you can see it sometime.
Yeah.
See,
I did.
Yeah, that would be very cool. We may do that as part of the maybe part of fulfillment or something a little extra for those who did it, because I just find that stuff super fascinating. So Steve, so the way this whole thing happened with Roberta is I can't remember where the post was. It was on Facebook, but
It was Facebook.
Somebody probably posted in the Ultraverse group about some book that she and I both worked on, and her response was something like, "Oh, that was a lot of fun. I miss coloring," right? And so, of course, when I read, "You miss coloring? Oh, really? How much do you miss coloring? Well, let's talk," right? So I sent her a message, and we swapped a couple of messages, and next thing you know, she's coloring. Pendulum, thank you. I sent her a couple books. I said, "Hey, do any of these interest you?" And she goes, "Hey, I really like the idea behind this one," right? So she started coloring Pendulum, and was just jamming. I mean, she was just looking great. That's a whole nother book you hadn't even seen yet, right?
Not yet.
You're like an issue away from finishing that one too, right?
You gotta give me the last book, yeah.
Yeah. So because she was jamming and having fun, and I said, so we've got this new thing coming up. And so now it's not going. And of course, when she did Pendulum, I said, okay, well, here's the deal. Not a major hurry, so just kind of whenever you can work on it. But she was she was jamming. I'm like, okay, so you're jamming on this. So this project is going to be more top priority as we do it. We want to finish it so that we can get it kickstarted. Pendulum is just kind of whenever. And so I tossed the stuff at her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm having fun. Sign me up." And the book looks great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It is. It's very fun. So. Yeah.
The thing I feel bad about for both Pete and Roberta here is that we've been streaming. Silverline's been streaming kind of as a team for a little over a year, just over a year, and
5 days a week.
What's that?
I said 5 days a week.
No.
It feels like it sometimes.
Oh.
And what's this Tuesday nights at like 11 o'clock at night?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's for the West Coasters. We were trying to come up with a way, and be careful, Steve. We're probably going to come up with a London time zone stream before long. Pete will lead that one, right?
Of course.
I have do not disturb on my phone, so
Because isn't it like let's see, it's 8 o'clock there, so it's going on 2 your time, right, Pete?
20 to 2.
Yeah, 20 to 2. So yeah, Pete, whenever he shows up with us, it's like middle of the morning for them. But what I was gonna say is I feel kind of bad because we've been working on this for a long time, and they've seen a lot of these Kickstarters, coming in and go, and we do them, and they're like, I'm just working away. I'm just working away. I'm just working away. So it's exciting for me to be able to say, okay, finally, Pete, you've been doing this thing for a year. Roberta, you've been doing this, for a year. Now we're going to get to jam on this book. So I'm excited for that.
What's great is issue 2's almost finished.
Yeah, I'm right. I know.
On my end.
So,
Can't wait to get started on
Wubba
those.
says hola.
what's up, Wubba?
Hey, Wubba.
Hey, well,
Mhm.
So I would tell you the story of Pete.
You
it's a long story.
Yeah.
He
So-
can tell me. You can tell me.
I
mean,
need to
let
tell-
me guess. He worked at Malibu, and you stole him
Nope.
just like everybody else.
No,
No,
No.
Pete's
I'm a little younger than that.
Pete's the baby of the group, right?
You're right.
So
He wasn't born when Malibu was running.
right.
No, I'm sure I must have. I know I was.
He was young.
That makes me feel really old. Then
Yeah, he was still in diapers, but so
Oh.
I got to tell you my story.
Wait a minute. Then or now?
But I was going to
Because-
say, Roland, you're in diapers now, so that's
Oh.
It all comes back around.
Yeah, that's right. It comes right. So I got to tell you my story first, though, because my story is going to differ just a little bit from Pete's. There, right? There's just a little bit of difference there. So, so go back to Alex Gallimore, who was penciling Cat and Mouse for us. It's a Kubrick grad, and of course this goes back, before we started the streams. And one of the things I was talking about, hey, we don't have anybody to color. We need some people to color, And he's like, well, I went to the Kubrick school. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I know, that's where I found you because I saw them posting. And he says, well, there's a lot of friends that might be interested. And I'm like, well, yeah, put me in touch, right? And so Alex starts sending me all of these names, right? Literally, it's like, hey, here's this guy. He's a great inker. Hey, here's this guy. He's a fantastic letterer. Here's this guy. He's a great colorist, right? And I'm like, holy crap! Alex just starts sending me names, right? And Pete was one of them. And so I go and look at Pete's stuff, and I'm like, holy mackerel! This guy needs to be drawing something. He needs to be penciling something. And of course, you look at his hat, it tells it all, right? He needs to be penciling something. And so I just reached out to Pete and said, hey, Alex, Alex Gallimore gave me your information. Here's what Silverline is. Here's a couple of ideas. I think I even tossed you several different ideas, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And you're like, and Pete was like, I want to draw superheroes. And I'm like, well,
because you mentioned Miss Fury, and I really like Miss Fury as a character. And
yeah.
Once you clarified the fact that we weren't going to be getting sued by Dynamite or anyone, I was like, yeah, let's draw Miss Fury.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you said, well, this is going to be the one that makes us really rich. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. No, I lived with Alex at the Kubrick school. We lived with each other for a year. Yeah, a year, because he graduated a year before me. I'm much older than Alex, but
yeah,
my life took a different course. But yeah, so I knew Alex, and when he contacted me, he said, hey, look, I'm enjoying this book. These guys are really cool. He was upfront about how it all worked and the Kickstarter and stuff. And, I was still in my final year at Kubrick school. I just wanted to draw a book. So Roland came to me and said, I want to draw superhero books. Well, that's what I want to draw. I want to draw superhero books. So he came with me this idea, tossed me a few ideas, and Miss Fury I knew as a character, as a hero. And then Champion, So I was like, yeah, I like that. I like the superhero book. Let's draw that. And I think when I graduated in, I don't know when it was, May. It was lockdown. We were in lockdown. I flew home early, so we didn't really graduate. But then we started off the book in the month after I finished. Just started drawing it, amongst other things, and now here it is. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that big check to arrive.
Because you've already bought a house, the car.
Ordered the Ferrari this morning. This is it. I'm retiring. This is my last show. I'm retired.
This is it.
So the other thing, Steve, is that I had written this. I had written the story as a 3-issue.
That's right.
3-issue story, right? And so after we had finished after Pete anyway had finished the first issue, right? So the first issue is completely penciled. He says, "Oh, it would be cool to draw this character," and I'm like,
"No, I remember that different. I remember Tommy decided for everybody. Hey, let's make this 4 issues."
That's the way I remember it too.
he was really enjoying thinking. Like,
I remember going, let's see if he can do an extra issue and talk to him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I remember talking to Tommy about saying that when he said that, I was like, well, here's the deal. I only asked Pete for 3. And so before we do this, I need to make sure he's okay to, add 22 more pages to the plate.
What's another 20 pages, eh?
No, I think we, somewhere along the lines, we started talking about, I don't know if we want to say who's in the next issue, but we talked about another character. And for whatever reason, I think I remember Pete saying that he liked the look of that character for some reason. Yeah, I think that's how it was going. And then on the side note, I was like, "Hey, Roland, is there any way that you can include this character in there?" And Roland's like, "No, I've already written this thing. It's 3 issues." I'm like, "Yeah, but maybe you can do. Books are normally 4 issues. Why don't you see if you can do, And Pete agreed to it. So
sure. Just give me more stuff. It's fine.
And then we saw the page where this character that we're talking about.
Oh my goodness!
He's a cool character. Yeah.
And then at that point, I was into like 3 or 4, 5, 6 pages of ink in this book, and I'm like, well, let somebody else finish inking this one. I'm going to jump onto that one because it was looking
Tommy
so cool.
even said something to me. He goes, "Man, I want to ink this page." I said, "Don't you dare! You got to finish this other one first, right?" So
we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Yep.
So yeah, that's me.
Well, see, I think you guys, Roland, you hit gold with these 3 on this, because the pencils are good, the inking and the coloring bring it all out. I mean, without all 3 of them, I mean, it's nothing. So I
about
think
the writing?
you struck gold.
Yeah, the writing too.
The writing's okay. I mean, it's all right.
Oh, I haven't got to read it. I mean, I'm one of those. I look at. Well, if you look in everything I've gotten, there's really no words.
No.
You don't need words.
No.
It's all pictures. You just
Exactly.
Steve, if you would, can you make it so Roland can't hear me? I haven't read it either. I don't know what this is. Okay, you can turn it back on now. Hey, Roland, what's going on, man?
Well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, look, everything I got here, there's no words. So
there is no word.
No words.
I sent you some with words. You just can't open it.
It's the purest form.
I can open it. I just can't put it on StreamYard. That's what I said. I opened up the preview. I just couldn't put it over on the StreamYard because I know that's where you wanted people to be able to see it. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I wonder if I could share my screen. I wonder.
To show that there's words.
The words in there.
Yeah.
Well, there's words, guys. I mean,
there's a couple words.
There's a couple of words per page.
There's a scene where somebody goes, "Ow!" and then "Hey!" and then "Kapowie!"
Boom.
That kind of stuff. Boom.
I think if, like on the first page it says, "How did he get himself into this? What's he gonna do next?" I like I said, I didn't get very far past page 1 because I was just so awestruck with how it looked.
I hear you. I'm completely with you on that.
And I was doing my damnedest to try to see if I could just save the pages so I could put it over. It's like, I want to show everybody this.
Yeah.
And then there's Bear. Oh.
And then
Oh, don't be bad.
Let me see if Haley is.
They're two very
okay.
different kinds of stories. So,
Did you hey, here's a question. Do you think they're kid friendly?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day. I think they are both kid friendly. I'm not sure about issue 2. It takes a dark turn, Roland.
Yeah, but
I
What,
keep
Bear does?
okay, so it
y'all
does
say
take a
this.
dark turn, but don't you think it's still kid friendly? Do you think? Don't you?
Yeah.
but-
There's no bad language or anything, which is like nice. I like that.
Yeah, it has kind of
There's nothing too bloodthirsty either. I don't think. I don't think I've drawn anything with people getting.
yeah, no, and of course, for me, one of my goals, certainly for Silverline, is to, keep it PG-13, because one of the things I do, I look at the Marvel movies and, how successful they are and how they have a wide range of demographics, right? You get kids younger than 13 going to see those movies because their parents let them, right? But it certainly can be viewed by a 13, 14, 15-year-old, as well as, a 50-year-old can go see it. And so, I want Silverline to stay within that range, because I don't want us to fear topics like that, but I also want us to keep them so that they're accessible to a younger audience, right? Because I think we talked about it on the stream the other day. If we don't start putting comic books in the hands of 13-year-olds, there's going to be no body to read comics in 15, 20 years. So
Well, you need to make the comic more video game-ish if you want it in the hands of 13-year-olds
Right?
or TikTok-ish. I think Tommy can hook you up with TikTok.
Whoop! No, Tommy, don't TikTok. That's my username. If you want to go check it out.
So you laugh about TikTok, but so BJ did. So Silverline has a TikTok. We don't do very much stuff on it, but BJ posted something. I think she might have taken one of the things she's able to do is she's able to take like the pencils, inks, and colors and kind of do this cool little video thing. I think she did one of those on TikTok. This is several weeks ago now, and the number of views we got on that was it just blew my mind. I'm like, how many? Really? On TikTok? So
TikTok is the new Twitter.
How do we spell that?
Are you being serious?
No.
No.
No, I'm not.
I was like, wait, what?
You got to remember, he's the youngest one. He probably has a TikTok, and he's probably dancing and singing.
Dancing. Yep.
Yeah. He's like, I read about MySpace.
Now,
me and my missus went dancing lessons, and she told me I was fat and I couldn't dance, and stopped treading on her feet.
Bubba says Alice in Wonderland, Hansel and Gretel are kids' stories that take dark turns.
Yeah,
but those are from a different time, and they weren't so PC.
Yeah.
I really, if you want to put those, if those were made today, it would be so watered down compared to what they are now.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
Because why are you judging the witch?
It does take a dark turn.
You got to eat, right? I mean, come on.
Exactly. You don't shame her for eating kids. That's what the diet says.
Yeah. Tastes like chicken.
That's what I've heard.
So yeah, it does take a dark turn, but I think it's done in such a way that it's more, the content is dark, and there's not going to be anything graphic as far as bloody guts or anything like that.
Now, which one are you saying turns?
The second issue of Silverline Team Up.
The bear gets very violent.
I was wondering if it was Bear. I'm like,
you're not helping me out, Pete.
I can see there, man. The first issue, the the boy's away. You can't find him. Everything goes into chaos. In the second issue, he's like, you know what? Damn it, I'm a fucking bear. I'm gonna. I own this fucking forest. Piglet, I told you. Now, nibble on the piglet's fingers. Gonna go mob boss on him.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
we
yes-
can. Derek can do a team up with the Champion and Miss Fury. We can put them all together.
Make it 5 issues.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no.
another issue.
Hey, look, I've got TikTok. The hell is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's what we
Frozen
say.
that.
So my daughter, speaking of TikTok, my daughter, because I think I've seen them before. I've spent a little bit of time on TikTok. This goes back several months ago, and I told her when she said something, I said, "Well, TikTok is just a bunch of half naked girls dancing."
Oh,
And-
right. All right, I'll go back to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I said, I'm like, so what? She goes, yeah, there's some of them they're really really funny, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen some, and they're not that funny. So my daughter, her goal is to find TikToks to make me laugh. So about once a day or every other day, I get a message from her. All it is just a TikTok link, right? She doesn't even say anything, but I know that she thinks this is going to make you laugh. This one's going to make you laugh, right? And I will say this, and I've told her this, but most of them don't. Most of them, well, that's stupid, right? But there have been a couple that are just really funny. So
The problem with that is she probably took 5 hours to find that one clip, because you're right. Yeah, I had the same discussion with my nieces because they like being on TikTok, and I'm like, it's nothing but young girls dancing and twerking and all that. Why? Because I'm a twerker. I'm on
Yeah,
TikTok. But they and then they were like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, it is, because I've got TikTok on my phone, and I pulled it up, and so I just went to the general feed, and I'm like, naked girl, naked girl, naked girl, naked. It was like a minute worth of dancing. Okay, there's a naked guy now dancing. Naked guy now, naked girl, and then you find somebody putting makeup on, and I'm like, okay, that was 20 things in
Right.
of the general feed that I finally found something that wasn't somebody dancing.
So the funniest one,
And then
she
my
sent
video.
me- So they have these the duos or whatever, they respond to some of them, and there was this one guy she sent. He had earrings. And that's a problem, right? But he was dark complected, kind of a handsome guy. And he had
Uh-oh.
earrings in both earrings. He didn't have a shirt on, and he was really close to the camera, going, "If a girl is like, give me some of your chapstick," and then she leans in to kiss me, and I'm just gonna, and so she sent me that with the response, and the response was a guy who was just going. I laughed so hard at that. I'm like, okay, that was really funny. I have to send it to you, Pete. It's hilarious.
I'm trying to figure out how your daughter sends you funny ones and my daughter sends me crime scene cleanup videos.
Yeah. Kelsey only has the crime scene ones. And she's
Really?
like,
Sound more interesting.
it's on the dark. It's on the dark TikTok. I'm like, where the hell is that at?
Wait,
Because
there's a dark TikTok?
Could it be like one of those things, like it's got the like when you're on YouTube or whatever, and you start looking at one thing and you see a bunch of them? Maybe the reason why I'm seeing dancing girls is because that's what I searched for at one time.
It could be.
Oh, I need to change this. I need to change what I'm, because I don't need that to be popping up on there.
Okay. I had Haley up there, and then she dropped out again.
Oh, let me see if she wrote me.
Oh, she's
Tell her-
saying her device is not connecting. Is what it's.
She might be
showing.
using Safari. Safari won't let you.
Yes.
To,
Yeah.
Wubba says he can't find me on TikTok.
Yep. Sorry, I was down there trying to watch Haley, and
Tommy twerks.
Yeah, I see that. No, let me find out what my username is.
I think on what is it? Orlando Collector Deviants or Olo. One of the two has a TikTok, and all it has is Trish sitting over there snoring.
Yes, it's the only video on the stupid thing.
No, there's Max snoring too.
You know, I'm a little surprised that you don't actually have the video of Tommy twerking on here for the show.
Look, that's between me and Tommy. I mean, we could like that.
He's got that on his phone, so he could watch it whenever.
That's my TikTok. I mean, I'm having a bad day. Let's watch Tommy twerk in front of Roland.
That was embarrassing. But I will, if we can get this Kickstarter going a lot faster, I will do another twerking video. So,
Oh,
let's see,
Let's not discourage people. Let's encourage people.
yeah, right.
And it almost put us over that $7,000 mark, didn't we?
Yeah.
Or maybe it stopped it right at 7. They got right to 7 and they stopped. They're like, no, we're not doing that.
Silverline Comics. I'll follow you on the TikTok.
Now, how long is this? Okay.
Haley says, my camera to work.
Yep.
Says
I
my
see that.
mic is working though.
Okay. Hey, Haley, you there?
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Hey!
I don't, it says I don't have a camera plugged in, but then I open up like a camera app and it still works. I definitely have a camera, but I don't know. At least my mic's working this time.
Are you using Safari?
I'm on Chrome.
Okay.
No, then Chrome should work.
Well, there's
Yeah.
at the bottom of this this window here, you'll see one that says Cam and Mike, the little gear. If you click on that, it'll give you some options to.
Yeah, and like there's a camera drop-down menu, and I click it, and it's just blank.
Oh.
So I don't. And I I found like Chrome settings, and I said like allow camera for StreamYard.com, and I refreshed the page, and it's still not. So I don't know.
Weird.
Ooh.
And like this happened with, I don't know, I think it was a different streaming thing last time I tried to get on, like it didn't, and that's happened to me before. Like sometimes it just doesn't want to recognize my camera, even though it's definitely there. So I don't
It's
know.
okay. We
But
got
it's
your
your
nice
voice.
little. We got your voice.
Maybe I can give myself an avatar.
Yeah, there you go.
And this way, we don't have to see you roll your eyes at Roland all the time.
Oh.
Oh no.
You know, every time someone says something about their avatar now, it immediately comes to mind is that song from The Guild. Did anybody watch The Guild? Do you want to date my avatar? She's a star.
It's been a long
Sorry,
time.
cricket.
That.
Okay. Am I the only one to watch? Am I the only one to watch The Guild?
Yeah,
I watched it, but that was years ago.
Was that, what's her name?
Felicia Day, yes.
Yes. Yeah, no, I've never watched it.
Oh, you need to watch it. They're good.
No, I do like her, but no, I've not watched it.
So Pete, have you seen Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog?
Yes, of course
Yes.
I have.
Okay, good.
It's marvelous.
It's fantastic. I love that thing. you can't think of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog and then not start singing bad horse, he's bad, bad horse.
He's really good, actually. Yeah, I've watched it in a while.
Oh, see, look at that. Hey, Haley got Bear up there.
I'm bare now.
Oh,
Yay! It looks like her eyes are just peeking over.
Yeah. Peeking in.
And Wubba says, I have never seen it. Hard pass.
Wait, what? Dr. Horrible or
Not horrible, the other thing.
Probably the Guild.
or the Guild?
The Guild.
If that's a hard pass on Dr. Horrible, well,
No, don't hard pass horrible. That's really funny.
yeah, we got to have words. We're gonna have words.
You have lots of words, Roland.
Yes, he's a
What's
writer.
new about?
That's all he has. The words.
Oh.
And he's saying Guild.
Okay.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
not the Guild.
I mean, it's a web series. It's how I was introduced to Felicia Day, and they're really short episodes. I want to say about 7 minutes an episode, something like that. 7, 8. Yeah.
Enough to keep your attention span.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect for the TikTok crowd.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
The first, I want to say they lasted about 5 seasons, something like that. The first 3 were really good, and then I think they kind of lost their way a little bit in the last couple seasons, and but yeah, the first few seasons were really funny. Of course, Felicia Day was amazing in it.
So, okay, Roland, are you going to give us Haley's origin story?
So Haley's origin story. Haley, it's weird because I can't see her. So you can still hear us, Haley?
Yeah.
Okay. So Haley's origin
I told you we
story.
were going to bug him because he can't see your facial expressions.
It was
So she's doing like this.
it was at DeLand Comic Convention, I want to say 2 years ago. And Haley
Well, that's
said,
because there wasn't. Was there one last year? Oh yeah, there was right before it. Before everything closed down. Yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
not meaning to interrupt. I
That's
forget anything went on last year.
Yeah, so John Crowther was to my left. Stephen Butler was there. Stephen Butler was to my right. Tommy, it's the year we went up, and it's the time we went up and have the dinner with he and Lily, right?
Yeah, Lily.
Yep. And so Haley was right across the aisle from me. And so it was a convention, all that kind of thing. But I went over and talked to her a little bit. She came over and kind of looked at the comics and talked a little bit. And I was immediately fascinated by her art. She had already done this book on her own, the heroic shenanigans, and it was very impressive. She told me a little bit about it and that kind of thing. And so we became, social media friends. And then later that year at Daytona Beach Comic Con, she was also, Silverline was there, and she was also there. And so I spent a little bit of time talking to her there, and that's when I asked her. I said, "Hey, but would you ever have any interest in collaborating?" I said, "Because I've been looking at your stuff. I read her book." And she's like, "Yeah, I've only ever done stuff, just me, but yeah, I think it would be interesting." So I didn't send you I said, "Here's the one I really think that I'd like you to draw," right? I didn't send you pitches, did I?
No, I think, you just sent me the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Because because after seeing your style, I'm like, yeah, this one is totally right up your alley. And she liked it. Assume so, because she said, "Yeah, it sounds like fun." And off to the races she went with the art, and now we're done.
Okay.
That's kind of a boring origin story. I mean, with the other two, we had like a 20-hour origin story. With Haley, like, yeah, met her at the land, met her at Daytona. Told her, come on.
Well, so it's funny because I teach, and one of the things that our school, Cooper School probably did the same thing for Pete. But one of the things our school is always harping on. Yeah, there you go. Tommy's got one. One of the things that our school is always harping on for our students is to network. You got to network. And, by the time they get to me, because I teach senior level class, by the time they get to me, when I start to say, it's important that you network, and they're like, yeah, we know, network. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is the way the world works. And this, you look at Pete, right? Pete's with us simply because Alex, somebody that we knew in common, suggested, "Hey, this guy, might want to do some work for you. You should reach out to him." Roberta, I knew Roberta, right? I saw her post, "Hey, I miss doing this," right? So I reach out to her. It's all about networking. And same with Haley. I met her at a convention. We talked. We got along. And
That's good.
Yeah.
There we go.
The land 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's the show I met her at. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yep. Well, when you said what year it was, and Tom agreed to what year it was, I was able to go back to our archives and find it.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom said yes 2 years ago on D-Land.
There you go. So, yeah, it's you know, I'm sorry that it's not as exciting enough for you, Steve, but I mean, it's exactly how you just got to network, and that's
Next time you tell a story, throw in some ninjas or something.
yeah.
Well, at least with
Should
Roberta,
I throw Demon into the story?
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
at least with
Yes.
Roberta, you made up jobs for her. She was,
Yeah, that was cool.
So
That was awesome.
Well, so wait a minute, Roberta. I seem to remember, and maybe it was for cards, but I seem to remember
It was for cards.
you coming into to talk to me and talking about different colors for your team. But that was for cards and not one of the books?
It probably was for one of the books, but I wasn't the captain to do it.
Oh, okay.
Probably, if that's what it was.
Because I remember there were a couple of books that you and I talked a lot about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't necessarily outside the scope of just being part of the team coloring, because we had to get everything right. So
Yeah.
I think it was no, I don't remember which books.
Yeah.
I was trying to say. I was trying to figure out what it was.
Well, that's the thing. You worked on so many books. I don't know.
Every title we did at Malibu,
Yeah.
and then everything we did through Marvel after that is just everything in that time frame is kind of like too many titles.
Right. Yeah. It's like I
Maybe
don't see.
both.
It's pretty easy for me to remember which ones I worked on, right? Because I had this title. These titles were mine, right?
Yeah.
But you guys did everything that was tossed at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you could finish a book. I can remember you guys could finish a book in like 3 days, right?
I think faster.
As a team, yeah. I
I think
remember.
too.
I think faster. It was
Too
faster.
fast,
Yeah. So I remember. So a lot of people. When they talk about the Marvel purchase of Malibu, Stephen, you probably heard this, right? They one of the rumors that still persists till today is that Marvel bought Malibu for the coloring department. And of course, that's the furthest thing from the truth, right? In fact, Marvel hated the coloring department. They could not stand it. They didn't like it. They didn't want to use it. The way they did it is, or the way they got to like the coloring department is Mark Grunwald, God rest his soul, fantastic editor. He was one of the guys. So I will say this, a little side note, rabbit trail before I get back to it. Marvel editorial was not really very welcoming to us after the purchase. They were kind of like, yeah, we don't want to deal with you guys. No one asked us. That was a corporate thing. We don't really want to play with you guys, right? Mark Grunwald had a fantastic. The others came around, but Mark Grunwald, from right off the bat, I think he was just like, you know what? It's beyond our control. You guys come on in. Let's have some fun. Let's make some comics. So he was always super receptive to the idea that Malibu was part of the Marvel family. Well, couple of months into the purchase, or after the purchase, one of Mark's books was late. He called Malibu. Probably, I can't remember if he called Eric Senna. Probably not Eric Senna. Who was the Mike Giles? Mike Giles. Probably talked to Mike Giles and said, "Is it true you guys can color a book this fast?" And Mike Giles said, "Absolutely, we can." He says, "I've got one that's late. I need you to color it if you can do it." And he sent the files over. The coloring department did it, jammed. It looked fantastic. Went back to Mark Grunwald, and he was like, "Holy crap. How can I get more books colored by the department?" And ultimately what happened is the Marvel books began to take precedence over the Malibu books. And at the very end of my tenure there, I was actually sending books out of house to get colored because Marvel books took precedence over ours. True story.
Mm-hmm. Yes. A lot of books.
Tommy says, "How's it going, Tom? Good to see you."
Dang, that Tommy guy's weird. It looks like he's talking to himself. That's odd.
Tommy, you can actually say that on camera. It's fine. Tom will still answer you.
No, I just Looking forward to see you.
So Haley, would you say I got your origin story with Silverline correct?
I think so, yeah. But I remember like specifically what stood out to me was Tiny, the art style for that, because that's more like kind of like cutesy Disney-ish style, like less like big muscly like comic book man, kind of more like cutesy, cartoony, like kind of how I draw. So I saw that, and then I realized like, oh, you've got like a bunch of different artists working with you, so you're not the artist. So are you looking for artists? And I was kind of just like, really, and I'm not usually very bold, so I just kind of put myself out there and was like, let me know. And then I remember like you emailed me, or I think I emailed you first and said like, I read the book, I liked it, and then you responded and said like, I don't know if you were just being nice when you said you wanted to work with me, but I was like, no, I thought you were just being nice. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm just, total rookie, like really wanting to get my foot in any comic store I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I see Tommy's getting bored. He's reading books. I mean, at least Trish is over there watching cat videos.
That's right. He's reading Haley's book.
Yeah, I mean, good choice.
On page 52, they all died.
So
and on page 53, they came all back to life.
Right. Yeah, 53, they resurrected. So they're back.
See, there you go. Now, did they resurrect as zombies or back to normal?
No, they respawned as zombies. Yeah, you're right. You must have read it. 54, they're zombies. Wow. This is crazy.
So is Trish watching cat videos again?
Actually, no. I think she's watching TikToks.
Oh,
I blame you guys. It's your fault.
You guys brought up TikTok, so.
No, my official TikTok, I looked it up. It's Tommy Don't TikTok. That's the name of it. Tommy Don't TikTok. So look it up. I need some followers. I need more than. If I can get 10 followers by the end of the show, I'll probably not put anything up.
I'll follow it. What's it? What are you? What
Tommy Don't TikTok.
Tommy Don't TikTok without the apostrophe in there.
Oh, I don't know.
And it's
Don't worry.
Nice.
After the show, we'll put that up and we'll boost the post so everybody sees it.
If I get 100 TikToks or 100 followers, I probably still won't post anything, but it'll be fun. We'll see.
Now, Roberta, I was going to ask you, do you still, besides Silverline, do you still work in comics at all?
I did not stick in comics. I ended up making magazines, and I got sidelined when that all. I think we had a really dark time in comics, and so we all scattered. And I found a new career, and so I was just sad that I didn't get back into it. I painted on the side, and I did like little art here and there, and I went to Comic-Con every year, but I didn't really have room for that. And it just, the tides turned the past couple of years, with everything that's gone on with, between lockdown and COVID and, different work situation. I had the perfect time to start something up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys got hit hard in California with the lockdown and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard. We couldn't move.
I mean, I saw on the news that if you stepped outside, they had the army out there with the rifle. Boom, get back
Felt
inside.
like it.
I will add, it wasn't just the perfect time, but it was the perfect team.
Well, that was the other thing. Hearing from Roland, was also the other thing. It's like, I would love to work with him again. That just happens. That just happens to be that. I hadn't thought of it in a while. So, time. Aw.
I'm going to say we've interviewed a lot of the people from Silverline, and all the ones that worked with him way back when, all couldn't wait to work with him again. So either everybody's minds had gone and they didn't remember, or he's actually a really good guy.
Don't say that.
He's all right. He's all right.
Yeah. He's fine. Don't let it go to his head. Yeah, it's fine.
It's already there.
The thing for me, I knew Roland before all the comic book stuff started, and then they kind of got dragged along in there, which I was perfectly happy to do. And then and then we've been friends ever ever since. Before and then during and continuing and So
we were friends without comics.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah.
Can you mute him again? Make it. Okay, turn it back on. He's okay. He's good. He's good.
I love.
You want me to turn my ears off?
Yeah.
I love rolling for the stories. Ever since I met him 6 years ago, it's stories. If I want to be entertained, he has the stories, and they're all true stories too. At least I believe so. I have to go by they're true. When he worked at Marvel and had lunch with Stan Lee and all this kind of stuff.
Well, if I tell you, true story, it's true.
It's a true story.
I did have lunch with Stan Lee. I had lunch with him one time, and it was pretty cool. One of my highlights, actually, of being in California, part of what happened is when the Marvel purchase happened. I'm not going to swear to the ways it happened because I'm not sure. I just seem to have a recollection. Our editor-in-chief was Chris Ulm, super dude, and I think one of the things that they asked us is said, "Well, what do you guys want for during the purchase?" And I think Chris Ulm said, "We want the editors to have lunch with Stan Lee." and so they arranged it, and so there was only about, I'm trying to remember, it's only about 5 of us or 6 of us, so because it was like me and Tom and Chris and Dan Danko and Hank Knaltz, may have been Mark Panicia, the editors at the time.
See, you can make up names that I'd never even know.
Well, Roberta knows them, and Tommy knows them. Yeah,
I've done something, I think, for all of those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these were like, except for Tom. Well, Tom was when the company grew, Tom became the advertising marketing guy. But when I first started working for Malibu as a writer, Tom was one of the editors. But yeah, other than Tom, everybody I named was editors. Chris Ulm was the editor in chief. He was the boss of us all, and then the other names were line editors. But yeah, we had about a 3-hour long lunch with Stan Lee, and I got one of the seats of honor just because I was faster than the other guys and got to sit right beside Stan Lee during lunch. So. Yeah, it was very cool. He told stories the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, he came in and had an impromptu visit for the office too.
Yep.
So we all got to meet him.
Yep, because we were right there. I mean, he was in LA, and we were kind of the Malibu or Marvel West, and so yeah, we got to see a lot of people like that because of that. Mark Hamill was on our mailing list. We sent Mark Hamill comic books. Rumor has it he actually stopped by Malibu a time or two. Now, I never saw him.
I didn't see him. I would have remembered.
Yeah.
Not my time.
But I met some of the we did a line of rock and roll comics.
No, I thought you were going to say you did a line of Coke. I was like, well, that's California.
Yeah, that's California for you. We did a line of rock and roll comics, and so I got to meet Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath. Got my picture taken with him. Got to meet Lita Ford. She came into the office. You remember that? Yeah, she came in. They even did a little local news piece on Lita Ford in the Malibu offices. And there's one shot where I'm like, look, there's my desk way back there.
Now, Ron Baxley Jr., who was our guest on here last week, says a 3-hour lunch with Stan Lee. Congratulations. Amazing. Enough said.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
well, that is cool.
I have to be real careful when people say that. It wasn't a one-on-one. It wasn't just me and Stan. It was
a group. Cool. You just sat next to him.
Yeah, it was a group, and I got to sit next to him. But it was very cool.
Now I'm gonna go up to Peter real quick. What do you do in your when you're not penciling for Silverline?
When he's just not a penciler, what else is going on?
I have a
We
part-time
lost
job.
Roland.
Part-time job teaching. Well, actually, no, I teach assist. I help the teacher in the classroom. Otherwise, I'm just drawing comics. I have a dog. I look after my dog. And I get told what to do by my girlfriend the rest of the time.
Oh, so a normal relationship like everybody else.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mhm.
I'm not the captain of anything around here.
Join the club. I mean,
Yeah.
look at.
No, I
mean-
spend all my time when I'm penciling, basically drawing. It takes up a lot of time, especially when you get asked to draw numerous fire engines. Ambulances. You have to draw characters out of the 90s with pouches and all manner of things. Have to draw a lot of that stuff. Takes a while.
Yeah.
He's ramping you up.
Can't you just copy and paste? Oh.
Oh, if
If
only it was
only.
that easy. Just can't quite get those down shots. From
Now,
Google Images.
do you prefer digital drawing or do you prefer like freehand?
So my process is I rough everything out digitally because I can play around with it a lot quicker than having to blow things up on a photocopier or shrink them down. So everything's done digitally, and then I just print it out, pencil it, and ink it, or in this case, I just pencil it and then hand it off to Tommy. So everything's on paper. That's how I like to do it.
Mm.
I can do stuff on digital. I just don't get the same. I can't get the same effect as I can with a pencil and a pen. I can digitally.
Now, Pete, when you print it out, is it kind of like a
It's a
blue line?
Yeah, it's a blue line, and I just pencil over the top. So I rough it all in, and then I can play around, move things around, and move panels about, or shrink them and expand them from the layout from the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That means that can mean sometimes I get bogged down in playing around with stuff and going, oh, I could have it big here, or go small here, or it'd look better, and then But
I would say that's. I mean, I would guess that's kind of an advantage that the digital layout phase can give you.
Used to be you had to put it on a photocopier and enlarge it by guesstimations. It's like, let's enlarge it by 20% and see what that looks like. And, 30 pages later, you have
using a light table.
Box. Yeah,
light box.
It. This just takes out the whole light boxing process.
Yeah,
and it makes it just a little bit quicker.
Guess you don't even need a light box now, do you?
I do have one, oddly enough, and I do use it for because commissions and things. No one wants a blue light commission, so I will rough that out.
Yeah,
I will rough it out and light box it. I'll do that the old-fashioned way. But it makes a good portable table. I can just sit on the sofa when I get tired of leaning over a desk.
Yeah.
The girls like it when they see your light box over there. They're like, "Wow, what is that?"
Yeah, wow. Are you an artist? Can you draw me? Did you draw this? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I traced it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you got a light box. That's the first thing that went through my head. Oh, so you trace. Oh.
that's what I did. I did the tracing part.
You're right. Yeah, that's Tommy's job.
Invaluable light box. Invaluable.
Yeah.
Now, so when is Roland gonna pony up and get you, Peter, and you, Roberta, over to one of the conventions over here?
Well, I've been saying this.
I don't know.
So
we're still on half lockdown over here, so
Yeah.
we
not
come out of
used to
lockdown
it.
on Monday. We're out of full lockdown on Monday, so we're allowed to gather in larger groups of six as of Monday.
Wow.
Oh, so all the pubs are gonna be full.
The problem at the moment is if you want to go to the pub, you have to pre-book, and of course that means you have to pre-book 2 weeks in advance because it's so busy.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
So coming home saying, should we go to the pub is not an option because you get turned away. But as of Monday, I understand, we'll be allowed to just turn up.
Cool.
What was good, however, and as Americans, you'll appreciate this because I'm sure you follow European football.
Yeah.
Soccer.
We had the Euro Championships this last few weeks, and usually when you go to the pub, you can't get to the bar because there's too many people and you can't get a drink. But now, of course, you go to the pub, they have to come and serve you at your table, so you never have that option, never have that problem. You just come and they come and give you the drink. So that was nice.
Yeah.
But
That's
all
nice.
changing Monday. But yeah, so we're sponsored by Comic Conway, right?
Say again?
Silverline
I
was
didn't hear
sponsored
you.
by Comic Conway.
Colin Conway. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I'm waiting for them to fly me over.
yeah.
I'm waiting for them to fly me over, put me up somewhere, buy me dinner.
I'm not sure of the status of Comic Conway now since COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't have one last year, and there's not one on the schedule for this year. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure Comic Conway survived the plague. I've swapped some emails with them, so they are still around, but I'm not sure what's going to happen to that show. So there's always Olo.
I was gonna say,
That's
but
right.
see, isn't Silverline a sponsor of Olo? So Silverline would fly you out.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice.
So
I see how it is.
yeah. So we need to get that Kickstarter up then, if that's going to happen. we need to at least double the asking. Let me see. What's our current? I don't know.
Well, see, what I'm thinking of when it gets closer to February of next year, getting an exclusive Olo variant cover.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do that.
I was going to say we can make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We have a fantastic relationship with our printer, Kablam, and and we can make that happen. So that's not a problem.
Nope. Absolutely. can do that.
In fact, Kablam has been showing me. I'm itching to do some of these special covers that they've been showing me.
Oh, the metallic covers, they are so cool.
They're coming back on it.
Yeah.
So I do have a question about the cat and mouse homage covers, because that's the first thing I'm like, that's cat and mouse. Now, what is the difference between that cover and that cover, besides the Ted Fury and the cat and mouse? Okay, so
a bit different in the background. Flip back.
So it's not an homage.
See the background change.
See, I'm looking. The background doesn't change.
No, it doesn't.
I sat there. I'm going to be honest. I'm that guy who sat there for 5 minutes trying to see, besides the wording, what changed.
Yeah,
the insides.
Roberta made a version of the cover. Is there a way that we can get him that other cover that you did that's got the flashing lights on it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So Steve, the difference between, all right, so go back, put them back up there. I'll tell you the difference between. So you've supported enough of the projects to know, we do a black and white version, right?
Yep.
So the cover that you have up there with Silverline down at the bottom, that's our, and you'll notice up in the box it says retro, right?
Yeah.
This is the cover for the black and white version.
Okay.
Now you flip to the other one.
Boom.
That's the standard cover. That's the cover that is going to be there when you see me at my comic table. That's the one that I'll have. Pete's going to be doing shows. He's going to have those with him. That's what he's going to have.
Well, see, this one, the retro one, that reminded me of a Marvel cover right there. How it's all the up at the top and everything.
We did our job then.
It screamed Marvel to me. And then that is like But I'm sitting there, and I did, like I said, I went back and forth for 5 minutes. It's like, there's got to be something besides the wording. There's something I'm missing.
Nope, it's just the wording. Of course, the one you're looking at that has the red banner up top. That's our current branding, right? So all the Silverline comics will have that red bar up at the top with Silverline logo on the upper left, creators' names, and then the issue number, and then of course under that will be the logo and stuff. The other one, right? So go back to the other one that has Silverline at the bottom. That is a throwback to the way the Silverline comics looked in the 90s. So when I was making Silverline comics in the 90s, this is what we did. We put our logo at the bottom, and then we put the names and put the Silverline logo at the bottom. The comic logo is at the top with our names, much like it was done. I mean, this is almost the branding and the words, not the image. But that could have been, and the fact that it says retro, that could have been one of our covers from the 90s. That's the way that they were designed to look.
See, I was sitting there. It's like, maybe in this one he's wearing boxers, and this one he's wearing boxer briefs. I don't know. I was like,
no. But I was able to. So one of the things, and of course, I run a lot of this by these guys. And one of the things I wasn't sure I would be able to do for that retro version is the wording. I wasn't sure that I thought they might go, no, that's a little too much. Don't do that. But no, I was pleasantly surprised because I gave them about 3 or 4 options. Like here's some of these. What do you guys think about this? And everybody kind of voted on what they liked and I was very happy that was the one that everybody liked because I liked it because it was kind of, for us, it's kind of like an inside joke because we've been calling it Champ Fury, and to be able to say that on the cover, I just thought it was kind of funny.
Now, I'm going to ask because I'm the materialistic ass of the group. Now, I picked the early bird special. So which cover am I going to get? I know I get like 3, right?
So... No. You that's the retro version. So you won't get the retro version with the early bird special, right? In fact, the early bird special is only the flip book, right? So it's actually none of the covers I sent you because we're actually still working on finishing those covers.
That'll be the Kickstarter exclusive covers.
Yes, I'm sorry. The Kickstarter exclusive covers are the covers that will be on the flip book. And so that's the early bird special is the flip book Kickstarter version, right? So both of those have Dean Zachary pencils. Tommy's going to be inking both of them. Roberta will color the
champion.
Yeah,
and Haley's going to color the bear cover. Haley's probably like, what? I am?
I see. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, I colored both of them, right? Because I colored one and then the other one. Okay.
And the only thing I have from Dean at this point in time is the roughs. If you go to the Kickstarter page, you'll be able to see the rough pencils.
To me
He
too.
said that he would try to get them to me to at least one of them for me tomorrow, so I can get it printed up. So because we are gonna ink that on paper, it's not going to be just digital. So that way it will be one of the add-on reward type things. Yeah.
And if you looked at the Kickstarter, I left a spot there for it. Right, it says it's coming soon.
Yeah, I saw that.
We have
Roberta, when I were talking about it, she was what's up, y'all?
What's up, Specs?
I was like,
saying, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, Roberta wrote me and she was what? Oh, what's up? Roberta said, "What's up, y'all?" No,
I didn't.
No, she's,
I said, "What's up, Thomas?"
What's up, Thomas? No, she's like, "Hey, are we doing those other covers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just waiting on them. We'll get them. We'll get them.
Yeah.
We'll get them."
Yeah.
Now, Haley, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. It's hard to see because the bear doesn't blink.
The bear.
No, but the bear icon blinks. I like that. When she talks.
Yeah. Just gotta keep talking so you know I'm here.
So
Yeah.
that's a good look for you, Roland. You should do that.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Haley, in your off time when you're not creating for Silverline and yourself?
Off time. Well, in my day job, I work at a church office. I do like administrative stuff, graphic design, and then I have my own comic, the Heroic Shenanigans comic that Tommy was showing off. That been doing that for several years. I got a couple books of that. I posted online as a webcomic too. That's like kind of how I started getting into comics, and kind of just spend a lot of time drawing.
And Haley has already agreed, by the way. Now we haven't got there yet, so we haven't. It's a little premature to actually start talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
But Haley has actually already agreed that we can use Heroic Shenanigans as a stretch goal. Yeah. So we got to get to that goal so that we can chase the stretch goals.
Now, Specs asks, are y'all on the book?
Yeah.
And we're
I'm not
gonna
sure
say
I
yes.
understand that question.
We're going to say yes.
Sure what it is. Maybe. I'm not sure. What does that mean?
I know.
What does that mean?
I'm sitting on the couch. I'm not.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, Haley, when Roland approached you, did you sit there when you went home? Did you say, yes, damn it, I made it? Roland, man,
No.
came and approached me.
She's like, who was that dude?
Yeah, that's what she said. You're rolling again? What's that? I blocked that guy. Why is he still? His messages are still getting through. What is that?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it's kind of a mutual thing that we like both wanted to work together, and we're like, oh, cool, the other person want to do too. Because I was just like, I'd never worked on a comic with anyone else before, really. Just been like writing and then doing all the art for my own stuff. But I was always eager to like kind of just break in more and like kind of learn. And I've already learned so much more about like just how kind of more the comic industry works, because I'm like, oh, it's interesting that like it's not just one person working on one comic. Because like I grew up kind of in the more like online era of like, my first exposure to comics was like web comics. So then learning that like, oh, people are like drawing these on big boards, and it's like real pencils, real inks. Although I did start out doing real pencils and real inks, but just on like 8.5 by 11 printer paper, but not anything fancy. But it seemed like, oh, and then there's a separate like letter, color. Like, man, it's like a totally different world.
Steve, something else too. Haley has I guess about 2 weeks ago has given the thumbs up. She's going to be coloring a new project that we've got going on, that the penciler for Fire Rush, Aaron Humphreys, who will be in Daytona. He is going to he's penciling a new book that we're working on. So we haven't really announced it, haven't really talked about it. I don't even know that if Aaron's penciled any of it on the stream. I guess Aaron doesn't do much art on stream, but it's actually in production, and Haley has said that she'd like to color it. So she's going to be working on another one as well.
Yeah.
And Spec says, created the book or worked on the book together. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll let Roland go into it, but yep, they all have worked on it together.
Yes. Yeah.
On one book or the other.
Yes. The Kickstarter features, it's a flip book. So there's two actual comics. You read one on one side, you flip it over. I didn't flip my hands very good, did I? You flip it over, and then there's another comic on the other side. Yeah.
You got that one on one side and that one on the other side.
Yep. And so I wrote both the stories. Haley, who is the avatar, she's to my right or my left on the screen. She is the artist for Bea, and then for Silverline Team Up, Pete's the penciler, Tommy's the inker, and Roberta is the colorist. Mm-hmm. So yes, that's us. We worked on the books.
And Ron Baxley Jr. is saying, what? No stump to creators? No, not this time. That was special just for you, Ron. and I think that went over pretty well. We had people trying to stump him.
Yeah.
I mean, they came out. I mean, me and Trish are still talking about it, Ron, and we still don't think Pika's question should qualify because that was more of a video game question than an Oz question. Because we had him on, Roland, we had him on last week, and he is one of the biggest authorities that I know of on the Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
So we had a contest out there. If you could stump him, we would send you a prize.
Cool.
And the only person that really stumped him was somebody who made a reference off of a Pokemon game, which I don't consider that a Wizard of Oz question.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was one of the adaptations that I did was an adaptation of the Wizard of Oz novel, the original.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah,
you told me about that, because I was trying to get you to get Scotty Young's version, and you were refusing until I told you.
I bought that.
Yeah, but after I told you it was only $5.
Yeah. It was. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard not to buy it for $5, right?
He sat there. I'm telling him, buy this. This is a great adaptation. I already have all the single graphic novels of it. This was all of them put together. He's like, I already did my own adaptation. I'm like, dude, I understand, but this is Scotty Young. You know, just get it. It's $5. Oh, $5? Okay, I'll get it then.
Yeah. Yeah. People forget I teach as a day job. I have to be very, very selective about the stuff that I buy. I love buying stuff at conventions. But you know, you can ask Tommy, who's been there with me plenty of times. I attack those cheap boxes.
The dollar boxes are
the dollar
great.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ron, you're never interrupting. You are a great guest of the show. You're always welcome. And he says he didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, but that's the awesome about the graphic novel version of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Roland Mann.
I think I'm not sure what you would have to try to stump us on. Well, I don't know that any of us are authorities on Wizard of Oz or Pokemon.
Well, we can stump you on what's funny on TikTok.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh.
And you know, Peter and Barbara are going, because they're still on lockdown. They're going to tell us they're going to win. Nobody's going to stop because Barbara. I see that look over on that. I said Barbara, Roberta. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I should say Barb. Have you been talking to Barb?
Roberta.
Yeah, I'm like Barb. Wait, she's on lockdown?
Oh, it's okay.
I am so sorry, Roberta. I only had a few drinks.
That was a new bottle, like
that was a new bottle last show. But
this show, y'all, used to be called, I don't know, do you still? Yeah, it is still called Drinking with OCD. Drinking with OCD.
So if you want to drink alcohol, you're very more than welcome. Usually, because Roland only drinks Coke, I usually drink Coke, but it's been a hell of a week at work. And next week is going to be even worse. So good, but hectic. I looked at him and said, you guys are trying to give a fat man a heart attack. That's what, And Ron says, or universe, I should write, or even multiverse. Okay. Yeah. No, on that fact, no spoilers on the last episode of Loki because
you haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it yet. Don't do it.
We're going to watch it right when this is over.
Yeah, we may end up watching it too. BJ and I have seen, I guess, 3 episodes.
It took probably 2 or 3 episodes for me to get into it. I was like not sure, but
I love it.
I actually like this one a lot better than the first 3 episodes of WandaVision.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I liked WandaVision too, but I don't think this is any slower than. I think WandaVision was kind of slow a little bit.
The first 3 episodes, the first 3 episodes were slow.
Yeah, well, I've gotten into a few fights with some folks about that. So
really,
yeah.
Well, with us,
I know you haven't seen it yet, but Richard E. Grant's performance was amazing. I know he was only on it for a little bit. You haven't seen it yet, Roland. but he's so good, and they need to make a series just him.
You'll see it on episode 4, I think.
Oh, okay, all right.
He's so good.
Yeah,
Steals that episode.
Wow, cool.
It's really awesome.
Yeah. We did see the Black Widow on Tuesday.
Well,
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
You
I didn't love it, but we liked it. You know,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Yeah, so don't, when I say I didn't love it, don't misinterpret saying. No, we liked it. We walked out of the theater going, oh, that was fun, right? But it wouldn't, you know. We read some stuff on Facebook like, oh, this is the best Marvel movie ever made. Yeah, I would not go far. But we enjoyed it. I really liked. I think Pete said this the other day. I really liked Red Guardian.
David Harbour is brilliant.
Yes,
he's so funny.
Well, see, I loved him as Hellboy. I thought it was a better. I mean, I think it was more, his Hellboy was more of a depiction from the comics than Ron Perlman. I love both of them because I'm a big Hellboy, but that was the newest one, right? Because I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So trivia, Roberta, do you know who wrote the newest Hellboy movie?
The newest one? No, I don't. Tell me.
No, Roland Mann didn't write it. Yeah.
No. He just edited it.
Andrew Cosby.
Nice. So
do you remember Andrew?
It. Yeah.
From Malibu. Yeah.
from how long ago? Don't I?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, Andrew, the guy who wrote that one,
that's great though.
Was a guy who worked in the marketing department at Malibu.
So I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. So.
Okay, Ron says something came before that. I said I probably couldn't stump you in the world of comics or universe. I should write, or even multiverse. Okay. Oh, he couldn't probably. Okay, I missed that.
Oh,
that's what he's saying. I probably couldn't stump you in the world of comics, or the universe, or I should write, or even the multiverse. Okay, I missed that first part. Sorry, Ron. And then he's like, I've seen all the Loki episodes. He will shut his gator mouth.
Thank you.
Well, see, I can't. I won't be able to see the last episode of Loki till Sunday because that's the first time Kelsey has the day off and we watch it together.
Right.
Yeah. So we watch that and Lego Masters. So don't tell me what happened on Lego Masters either.
Because Brett won't watch it with us either because his girl is out of town. She's working at a camp, and so BJ and I have been watching it, and we were like, we're going to watch Loki. You want to join it with us? Or you want to join us? He's like, no, and he runs to his room and puts on his headphones. Right? He's like, I can't watch it. I got to wait for Jessica to get back.
Well, see, Kelsey has always been a huge Loki fan. I mean, her senior pictures were her dressed as Loki, and with a green screen behind her, and that was how many years ago? That was like 5 years ago,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was her senior picture. We got one of the green screen people that we know in our circle, you know, and they came over on location and had her sit in all kinds of poses as her Loki, and that was her senior pictures.
Cool.
But she's afraid now that if she goes and cosplays as it, everybody's going to think she's just a follower. And she's like, I've been doing this before.
Yeah.
Because she made it. She made her whole costume. There was no pre-made stuff. She even made her own staff with the Tesseract in it that lit up. You know, so she's like, but now I can't.
Tell her not to worry about what other people say and do. Just if that's what she wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well, it's like I still have the pictures somewhere of her senior pictures, so I paid enough money for that.
That's awesome. Yeah, my dog's name is Loki, so I'm watching it with him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Look, I'm like, maybe you're a variant. I'm like, you better be a good boy, or that's away.
Okay, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm going to do the unboxing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No.
And this was from the last one. I can't even remember. This was Steam Patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to remind myself, guys, because if you guys know me, I back a lot of
Yes, you do.
of
And,
Kickstarters. So
and I will say this, I'll add this. I think, and I'm not going to swear to it, but I think every single Kickstarter he's backed of ours, Steve has gotten art of some kind, whether it's an original page or a commission. I cannot remember ever mailing you a package that you didn't get art.
well,
So.
I'm going to be honest. The Kickstarter that came on yesterday, I didn't order the art.
Well, it's not too late. You can always add.
Well, I'm going to say this is my fault because I wasn't paying attention that you guys were going to launch, but because Martin launched right before you, I ordered artwork with him.
Oh, no.
And
But you can always change it. You can go take yours off.
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't say.
No.
Well, if you're listening to Martin, we're just kidding.
and you know, Roland, I am diehard to you guys. It's just
Absolutely.
like, I can't do $200 in 2 days. Trish would kill me.
Just ask her to deliver some more groceries.
No,
Oh, there
'cause
you
I actually told her to quit doing that because I miss her at home.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I don't know
we
what happened there, but
we do have some relatively good price commission
Yes.
add-ons too.
Yeah.
If you want
That's right.
yeah.
Oh, and I know. Trust me, I know. I was sitting there. It's like, oh my god. So I had to watch what I did this time, Roland, just because 2 days or 1 day prior, I had already done Martin's.
I'm gonna have to throw down with Martin.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, see, I'm opening it and it is really well packed.
Oh, cool! You got some extra
Yeah.
trash in there. That's good.
Oh yeah, I can, it's white Cheetos.
Yeah.
how many carbs are in that?
How many carbs are in the white Cheetos?
Those are the ones. Those are the good ones.
Yeah, that's 0% right there.
Yeah.
And see, I need new doggy pickup bags. Chick-fil-A. Okay.
Oh man.
Does it still smell like the chicken sandwiches and French fries?
And wrapping paper.
Yeah.
I swear, Roland just.
Did you send him anything actually, Roland?
Yeah, there's stuff in there.
I'm like, is there anything in the wrapping paper? No.
No.
Wrapping paper.
I wouldn't do that.
You could go with the smaller box.
No, not with the art.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, but the art's going to be the last thing I pull out.
That's
You know that.
saran wrap.
No. It's
Yeah,
along
it's
along one of the
saran wrap.
sides.
Plastic wrap?
Yeah.
Saran
Well, no,
wrap?
that's actually what's that wrap called, Tommy, that y'all use on the books? You know what I'm talking about? The plastic.
It's just wrap.
That's actually from Kablam.
Oh, that's
so.
neat.
So what
see?
happens? Kablam sends me the books. I unwrap them and ball it up and throw it in my little box.
Paper cover?
Oh, nice.
he
Crittering.
was upset. He was upset that I get stuff that other people don't get. Look at guys, this is what I get.
Golly, well, did you just dump your trash into there? What did you do?
I think he walked
Here's
in
my
the house and
recycling
started shoving stuff in it.
I knew it was going to Steve. So shh.
A potato chip bag. You just put out an empty potato chip bag.
I mean, at least put the potato chips in it.
I took the sandwich out.
Oh, from Subway? Is that what's going on?
And all these little,
Everything will smell like mustard.
Peanuts.
they're going on the floor. So
I thought
Trish's
about putting the
dog.
peanuts in the bag, but I'm like, nah, I'm sending this to Steve. I just dumped them in there.
I'm seeing that. Okay, we got Publix bags and okay.
Now there's a page of artwork now on the side of the box.
There's a page.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna show you guys. Look at
You
the
folded
size of the
it in
box.
half?
I'm going to show you. Look at the size of the box.
Uh-huh.
And besides the artwork, this is what's in it.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wanted to
But
make
you gotta
sure
protect
it
the
got
art.
to you safe.
I'm looking. Okay, so we
So
will go
listen,
in.
you showed me. You also you showed me a package that you got that had artwork in it one time, and it was all crinkled up.
Yes, yes. And I also showed you yours compared to it, and yours was very nicely sent to me.
Yeah. So now you complaining?
With
Oh,
banana
no,
peels and stuff.
I mean, we
That
got.
was entertaining.
I'm looking at, we got to do a giveaway, so I guess I can just reuse this. And then I can put on there sponsored by Silverline.
So I
All
used to just
packaged
take
by
the,
Silverline.
I used to just take that plastic wrap that Kablam books come on it, but they also have like a little paper wrapping
Yeah.
this way and this way. So what I've taken to doing lately is taking the paper wrapping, wadding it up, and wrapping them up in the saran wrap or whatever that is, because it makes for a squishier ball than just the plastic. And so I use that in a couple of the packages too.
You know,
Yeah,
they do sell bubble wrap at Dollar Tree.
I know, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, but I'm sending you saran wrap from Kablam, don't you?
Yeah,
Isn't that- yeah.
I know. I mean, so like I said, on my next giveaway, I'm going to put all this as the packing, and I'm going to say sponsored by Kablam and Silverline.
Silverline Collector Packing Edition.
Yep. Look, not only one, I got 3 from Kablam.
I touched those. I think I sneezed into one of those.
I think it's this one. I can see the green tint.
There you go.
Okay,
Tommy's DNA.
Turkey.
Oh, I mean, we need to make another one to help me ink some of this stuff.
Okay, so to start with, and Roland knows this is one of my favorite things because it's an inside joke with me and Roland. I got a bookmark.
Woo-hoo! Bookmark.
I got on one side is Divinity and Silverline, and the other side is about Steam Patriots, and lots of words that I will read later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I may have trimmed that. Yeah, I think no, Barry did. I think Barry did that one.
Oh.
Okay, and we got the cards from Divinity and Steam Patriots.
Yeah, those are good looking cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did one lucky person get like a holographic one, kind of like Pokemon cards?
No.
Yeah,
No.
we're still working on that as a printing option.
But you see the front, and then you got the descriptions on the back, which is really cool. More words that I'll read later.
That
And
means they're going on a shelf, is what that is. Right over there.
no, actually, Roland knows. He's been to my house. I actually use them to get put in books and everything. And let's see.
Oh, look.
Let's see. Ron has said a couple things that I missed. I'm sorry, Ron. What is with cutesy cartoon narrators in little edutainment films with larger projects having southern dialects, the DNA from Jurassic Park, and certain character from Loki?
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's
The clock.
The computer thing.
yeah.
And then Ron says, I wish you all the best. Have a good night. Break a leg at the cons.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Ron.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Go check out our Kickstarter.
And then got the Make Mine Silverline.
Woohoo!
Got a couple of them.
Yep, one for you and for Trish.
And
Y'all can shoot them at each other. They're stretchy.
because Grover stole my last one.
Mm-hmm.
And Roland knows what I'm talking about there. Now, see, this is one of the things that I was very excited about getting. One of the stretch goals was the patch,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
the first boiler patch. That is awesome. That was
Isn't
one
that
of
cool?
That is so
and
cool.
it's nice and Velcro, so it'll adhere to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Scott's sending me one. Can't wait to see it.
So that was cool. I was so excited when we hit that stretch goal.
Oh, is that all he's sending you, Tommy? Because I've got a few left over from what he sent me. So tell him to save his postage. I'll just give you one.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
And then of course we got
The flip book.
Blam.
A flyer, a
flyer for indieplanet.com and kablam.
I
Ooh.
appreciate you showing that. Thank you much. Your check's in the mail.
Well, I'm just wondering when somebody's going to tag the stuff.
I apologize.
TikTok, took her over. And then, of course, we got the book, Steam Patriots on one side, Divinity #2, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got to look because Roland likes throwing me curveballs like with the Trumps, where he's like, oh yeah, we're on #3. It's like I never got #2.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
and I will do, because I'm gonna start doing a review of the indie comics that I come across that I get in the Kickstarters. So that will get actually set over to the side to where I can read it and then do a review of it.
Sweet.
That's cool.
And see, here is my artwork.
Oh, that's right. Page 1.
Page 1 of Divinity.
Yep.
Cool. Very cool.
So you need to bring that with you to Daytona Beach Comic Con because Barb will be there.
Absolutely, she will. That's great. Cool.
Do you remember how much stuff I have to bring to these conventions?
I
trying
do.
to remember artwork,
but
many times I'm just saying how many times I keep telling myself I'm gonna bring that signature book and I always forget every time. And then I was like, I'm gonna bring the poster. I think that's actually cooler than the signature book. Get everybody to sign it. And then I sit there once I'm at the convention, it's like, damn it, I forgot it.
Yeah. The signature book, you'll be able to get 10 signatures at Daytona Beach Comic Con in September. But yeah, Barb. So here's the reason I say that about Barb. Right now, you see me regular. So if you forget something one time, I'll just see you the next month. Same for Tommy, right? And to a lesser extent, Haley, because she does all the local shows, not all of them, but she does a bunch. She's going to be doing more.
I'm going to say, because I thought the first one I remember seeing with Silverline was Lake Collecticon. But you got to remember, I didn't go to the last Daytona because I had to work.
Right. Yeah.
Where you guys were all at.
But see, Barb lives a long way off, so her showing up. Barb and Aaron and because Barb's coming from Wisconsin. Aaron is coming from Oregon.
Both John.
What's that?
Both Johns, right?
John. John Martin. Yeah, is coming from Memphis, Tennessee. So those are you're not going to get to see them like you see me and Tommy and Haley. Right?
And Medic coming?
Who? Oh, John Medic. Yeah, John Medic too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Scott. Scott's coming too.
Scott Wakefield. Yeah, Steam Patriots. So
lots of good folks.
Yeah. That's what I say.
I saw on the floor plan like Silverline takes up one half of a room.
Yeah, I wish.
Tom posted the floor layout stuff. So
yeah.
Very cool.
But I noticed it says Silverline over here and Tommy's over against a wall. It's like they put Tommy in a corner.
So there's a reason for that. There's because I don't want to sit next to Roland. No, that's not good.
I don't blame you.
We have Silverline, and then just across from us, we're going to have there'll be Tommy, Haley, and Jeff.
Yeah. Actually, it was supposed to be me and Barry Gregory and Jennifer Gregory. They were gonna give us we had a big spot, and then so it turns out that Barry and Jennifer won't be able to go, so they just kind of And like I said, I didn't want to sit next to Roland, so that worked out.
Well, see, I think I'm going to take this and get it signed by Roland and BJ.
You should do that.
Gee, why would you do that?
You know what's so funny about that? Renee brought me a sandwich. I got one from Chick-fil-A. It's sitting right over there. I'm going to eat that sucker as soon as we get off.
So I think Roland actually misses when we used to do this in the comic book store. Because he would always go get Chick-fil-A before. And BJ would come, here's your fries, here's your sandwich, and your Coke.
Yeah. Well, and the other reason I miss doing them at the stores, if you recall, I would just yell at people, "Hey, come here. Come here. Let me tell you about my Kickstarter," right?
Hey, I did too. You saw me. Hey, get your ass in here. Then then we were so rowdy, they put us to the back of the store. I was like, okay.
Yeah. And we got a couple of backers that way too.
We did, but we were bringing people into the store no matter what, because we were saying, even if they didn't back, we were bringing people into the store and they looked around and all that. Yep. Okay, so it is 10 after 10, and Roland knows how this goes. And we'll start up here in the corner with Peter because he went silent on us. And
Peter's asleep. That's what. Remember, it's 5 o'clock in the morning for Mr. Peter. So
I know. Pete's like,
it's early.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, you're in half lockdown. Just blame it on me. Okay. Okay. Where can people meet you, see you, interact with you?
At the moment, you can only find me on the internet or the interweb. If you type in Peter Clinton Art, they'll take you to my website and Instagram, and now the TikTok, and Twitter and Facebook. I think my first convention I'm doing in the UK is, I think, Thought Bubble in November. I think that's I'm doing Thought Bubble. Yeah, that's the first one we're having here. I think it's been a while. Yeah.
So, Roland, I think we need to team up and go to a convention in the UK.
Oh, I would love that.
I think so.
That would be fun.
We go over as Orlando Collector Deviants so we can report on it and then have Silverline there.
That would be great.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be more conventions.
We know we've got a tour guide, right?
Yeah, Peter shows us around.
That's right.
Well, you gotta show me all the good pubs.
Oh yeah, definitely do that.
Okay, Roberta. I won't call you Barbara this time.
Yeah.
Where can people meet you, see you, Twitter you, and some other bad innuendos?
I guess I am.
She has a good sense of humor. I love her.
I do. I can be found if you look up Roby Conroy, R-O-B-I, Roby Conroy, on Facebook and on Instagram. That's the best way to find me right now.
You getting that?
I'm working on it.
Trish does all the tagging. So you guys noticed over here in the comments, Trish is going through. Since she didn't tag anything all show, she's trying to catch up. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, Roberta.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. Here. I change it. See, Roby Conroy. And find me on Facebook and Instagram. And you can see my work currently.
See, you really got to bring her. I think she would be great to have a drink or two with. I mean, she seems really fun, Roland.
Oh yeah.
I would love that. Hopefully sometime we could get together at a convention sometime.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We are gonna make it between me and Roland. We got until February. Okay, Roland?
Okay.
We're gonna figure out how to be able to get her to Olo.
That'd be cool. That'd be good. You know, you got to remember one of the draws I told this to Pete the other day. One of the draws we have is there's Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we have Universal Studios, which is
That's right.
better than Universal Studios California. So
Come on.
we have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Come on, I don't know if California does, but we
They do. Yeah, they did put it up there.
Okay,
I mean,
we
we
got
got that.
we got SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and
And
you know
butterbeer is my favorite part of it.
There you go.
Oh, Butterbeer.
Good.
Which version? Which version? Don't say that. Don't make me mad at you. Which Butterbeer do you like? Hot, frozen, cold, or ice cream?
I like the cold one. Just the cold
Frozen.
one.
I knew I'd like to. Man, that hot Butterbeer sucks. Ugh.
That's
Anyway,
fine.
and you know what else we have? We have gators like in every pond out here. So
Right.
I mean, we can bring some hot dogs and throw them into the lake and get some gators to come up. You could pet one. I mean,
There's somebody you want to get rid
That's
of.
the draw.
never draw again because you'll be missing a hand.
Yeah.
But hey, we also
Very
have
good.
Legoland. I don't know if California has Legoland,
Yeah,
but we got
we do.
Legoland.
Yeah, we do have
Oh,
I
that.
didn't know there's something like
No.
that.
Okay, you know what else we have? We have Orlando Collector Deviants and Silverline.
That's the draw.
There you go.
There you go. That's enough.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, Tommy, where are people going to see you, text you, watch you twerking?
Just look, just do a Google search for Thomas Floramonte. I always spell it because nobody ever gets it right. It's Florimonte. It really is just like it sounds, but you still spell it wrong, all you people out there. But it,
Well, I say it wrong, so if they spell it how I make it sound, they're really screwed.
Floramonte. Anyway. But you can see me on Facebook or go to infernostudios.com where you can see all my links and all that kind of stuff on there. Infernostudios.com.
So you know why Tommy doesn't give anyone give very many people a hard time about mispronouncing his name, right?
Because he does the same thing, mispronounce people's names.
Yes. Ask him how to pronounce Amanda Connor's husband's name.
Well, I know how to pronounce his name.
How do you say it?
It's Palmiotti.
Okay.
I know how to. I'm Jimmy. Oh yeah.
Didn't you used to say Palamati?
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I think you used to say Palamati. Jimmy Palamati.
No. Yeah, I don't mind. You know, I always correct people, but it's I'm good. But I know what. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Floor something or another. That's close enough. Too many letters.
Just Tommy.
Tommy.
Okay, and Ron says Walt Disney World has more parks.
Yeah.
True.
And he also says California has Disneyland and California Adventures. Walt Disney World has Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Disney Hollywood Studios, and more resort hotels, plus a larger shopping and dining area.
Man, there you go.
So, and then it's like, so come to Florida for the larger Disney experience. Okay.
Mhm.
But see, if I had to put you up in the hotel, it's going to be Motel 6 over on Pine Hill.
She fell out.
With the gators out back.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, now we have gators at Disneyland and everybody here,
Unfortunately, we do.
at Disney World. I mean,
Yeah.
but because they had to put up more signs that say "Don't feed the gators with your toddlers."
Right.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Come on now.
Ouch.
You got dark there, man.
Well,
Ouch.
no,
Yeah, that got dark.
I'm just one of those, Roberta. It's one of those. If you live in Florida, and you should know this if you ever visit Florida, any body of water is gonna have a gator in it.
If you see a mud puddle, it's probably got a gator in it. So
Right.
avoid them.
Right.
Yeah. So don't go in the water.
No.
If it doesn't have a gator in it, it's got an amoeba in it that's going to climb up in your brain and kill you.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't urinate while you're in the water is what you're trying to say.
And then if you go to the beach, we have the great whites because
And then the woods
Don't go in the water.
Don't go in the water in Florida.
And all the woods where I do my my mountain bike riding, there's bears. So there's everything everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Why do any of us live in Florida?
Wait, you should have seen. Tommy
And then
posted
if
a
you go to the
video.
park, you got to deal with Florida man.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Tommy posted a video of bicycle riding a couple
Oh
weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's just riding on this
Awesome.
alligator. I'm like, dude, you were riding like 3 feet from the alligator. What are you doing?
It scared the crap out of us. I didn't see that 10-foot gator. I rode right back like a foot away from it. And whoa, right into the water. And I'm like, we just ran by a big old monster alligator. That was
Yeah, I saw
find
that
that video
video. And I'm
now.
like, dude, you're nuts.
And you can see that on Thomas's Facebook page. Just go there and then scroll back a month or two, and you can watch that video yourself if you want to see how I almost got eaten by an alligator.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Haley.
We weren't getting ran over.
Miss Haley, you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it's your turn, ma'am.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram as Haley Martin Art. Haley is Haley. I've got my my Heroic Shenanigans webcomic. It's at heroicshenanigans.com. It's also on Webtoons. And if you just Google Heroic Shenanigans and spell it wrong, you'll probably still find it.
There it is, right there. If you guys, it's in the video. You guys can see how to spell it. Right there.
Yep. And Back Bear and Silverline team up on
That's right.
Kickstarter.
Now, I was gonna bring back up. Isn't it the hardest thing trying to put something in camera? It's like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Tommy, and it's like it's the hardest thing to try to get it. I've been doing it for a couple years now, so I kind of got it.
The camera is right there in front of me. See what the problem is? You hold it in front of the camera, but now you can't see the camera or the screen. So
Right.
am I in? 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 There it is. There. It'd be better if you held it and then moved to the side, and then you could do it. There you go. Look at that's perfect. If I did that, I'm such an idiot. There we go. Dun 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 dun.
Hey,
Every day.
when I've done all those unboxings, and it is because you got it there, but you're like you said, you're trying to see if you're seeing it. So it's like, is it there?
You do one of these. Whoa. See, Pete, we're trying to keep you up later by rambling.
I'm tired. I've also got a flu, so I can't breathe now.
Oh no.
Well, Peter went to sleep just with his eyes open like an hour ago. Okay, Mr. Roland.
Yes. You can find me on all the social medias, Roland Man or maybe Man Roland, I think on Twitter. Look for my little caricature. Mostly you can find me haunting the Silverline places. We stream, of course, on Sunday nights. Haley is supposed to be streaming on Wednesdays, but I haven't seen her like the last 2
I've
days.
Well, look, we have her tonight, and you still can't see her.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that's where you can find me. And like Haley said, yeah, go check out the Kickstarter. There's something there for you. Back it, and you get 2 exciting new comics.
Yeah.
And then they're also going to see the bottom 3 of you in September. Correct?
That's
All
it.
3 of you on the bottom are going to be there in September in Daytona.
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Daytona Beach Comic Convention in the land.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of wordy.
So bring all your comics to get signed. We'll sign them. Even better, leave them at home and buy new ones.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
So,
Yeah.
okay, Roland, do you really want me to bring all my comics to be signed? You're gonna have like a stack.
Well, so is the option bring them and to sign them, or buy new ones, or just don't get anything signed?
Well, no, because you already know. I usually, like I said, this is one of the first Kickstarters that I didn't even get signed books.
Oh wow!
Because usually,
that's right. If you
I
get the
get
early
the
bird,
sign.
Yeah. So you get to bring those, but see if you forget them, if you get to bring it, then you're almost obligated to pick up something new there, right?
No, because Trish would kill me.
No, she wouldn't.
Well, the cool thing is
Trish, hey, Trish loves me.
the cool thing, this Kickstarter will be
talk about that
over.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have the Kickstarter books at the show, so that's really cool too. These current Kickstarter, that'll be over by then, and
Yes,
the books will be printed, and we'll have them at the show.
Not the Kickstarter version, because those are exclusive to Kickstarter.
Yeah, the regular edition book.
Right,
yeah. The Kickstarter versions are only available on Kickstarter. Go now.
Yes.
You've got how many days until it's over?
Right there.
The link is right here, and if you just start it, you usually go 14 days, right?
17. We go 17
Oh, you're
days.
going 17.
16 left.
So you got what, around the 30th?
Yeah. I think it ends on August the 1st.
August 1st. Okay.
Which is a Sunday. If I did it right and I messed it up the last time, it will end while we're streaming on Sunday
At
night.
the end of that show? Yep.
Yeah.
So we get the last minute push.
Yeah. So that's the way I tried to. So
Silverline
that's right.
Art is on badges for
Silverline Art
Daytona.
is on badges for Daytona. And in fact, Tom, I have most of that. I need to get you. I got, but I'm not. I can't get it now because obviously I'm on. I don't have access to all of it. But Barb told me that
He's on vacation. Damn it! I'm already bugging him.
I'm not on
So that's-
vacation.
in Tampa.
But I will say this, Tom. It is. I want to say about 90 to 95% done. So I'll be getting that to you ASAP. And they look cool.
So are you in Tampa so you can go check out the Stanley Cup? Go feel it and everything since we won it 2 years in a row?
I didn't know we won a Stanley Cup.
Is there somebody
Really?
named Stanley has a cup?
Hey.
Who's Stanley?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Roland.
Sorry. I don't do hockey, man.
Oh, that's hockey? Oh.
Yeah, I think that's hockey, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Or soccer.
No, it's
is the
hockey.
best.
It's hockey.
And 2 years in a row.
What's hockey?
Hold on.
Bull. We're here for a. We are
Tom
here
is
for
laughing.
We are here for a small business conference. BJ and I are here. It's an all day long thing tomorrow. I mean, we're hoping to learn some stuff about running a small business. Obviously, hoping to make some contacts and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to it. It's a 1 day thing, all day long, but it starts bright and early in the morning. So we're like, yeah, we're not going to get up and drive 2 hours and spend all day long and then drive 2 hours back. So let's just go stay there the day before, and we'll drive back tomorrow after the conference is over. So.
No, I got a stupid question. And most of my questions are stupid. You know that. You're going to a conference about running a small business that you've been running a small business for at least the last couple of years, and it's actually growing and like expanding beyond your belief. So are you a speaker there?
No.
Comics there. He brought comics as a.
Yeah, I brought my comics. I did bring my business cards though. No, I mean part of it is I spent.
I got him.
No, I'm trying to figure out just how to word this because I don't want it to sound a way I don't want it to sound.
Especially with
I want to be. I want to be more effective. I put in a lot of time with this, and as we grow, I'm running out of time. And so, like this last week, I think I averaged about 3.5 hours of sleep a night. And I can't do that. It's just that's rough, terrible for my health. And I just can't do that. So I need to figure out
What, so
how.
I'm not going to get the 4 o'clock in the morning text messages from you?
Well, you still might. I'd like to get away from that, though. I'd like to get to a point where I don't, I'm not sending messages at 3 a.m. So yeah, it's just hopefully there's stuff here that I can, we can learn to grow more efficient and be more efficient. Be nice to, it'd be nice to learn some of that stuff. I'm not I didn't go to business school. And so I don't have any of that in my background other than just doing it and kind of figuring it out. So
I'm going to give you rule number 1 of having your own business: delegation.
Yeah, well, but here you're right. But here's the hard thing about that is like when you don't have a budget, how do you delegate? I depend on.
You look at them. Do you want to keep working for me?
Well,
to do your job.
Well, yeah, well, there is that, but you ask these guys. For me, we got to be having fun, or it ain't worth doing. And if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. There's too many other things that we could be doing that will have fun. So yeah, I depend on these guys. Do a lot of work, but there's a machine that has to run behind the creative process, right? So you got to have press releases, you got to have social media, you got to have
that's what you got Dante for.
Well, yeah, and Dante is just one dude, right? So he's there's only so much that Dante can do as well, as the intern. So yeah, there's a whole machine that has to kind of run behind the creative process. That's just, and I mean, Tommy knows this, right? Tommy runs a business.
It's tough.
Tommy ought to be a speaker there, right? Kablam's been doing this stuff for 15, 17, 18 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you would just, we just want to learn. We just want to learn, see if there's stuff here. We may come away from tomorrow going, well, we knew all that. But I don't know. It's not.
I bet there'll be something that you'll walk away and you'll go, yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that and it'd be nice if there are contacts here. I don't know. There may be some young marketing firm here that we can hook up with and say, hey, that's where we need some help. We have some ideas of what we'd like to do, but we just don't have the manpower to do it.
And you got out of the house and you went somewhere and you didn't talk about comics the whole time you were. Oh,
that's
you're
right.
Yes. So there we blew that one.
Okay, so my turn. Oh wait, go ahead.
Yeah, I was. If you said go ahead to me, I was done.
Yeah, Robbie. Roberta, that's fine.
Yeah,
I know
fine.
she got to get going. That's fine.
I wanted to say I'm sorry because I got to get going, but I had a blast. Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you, Roberta.
No I'll tell you, like I tell everybody, you guys are more than welcome to come on. If you ever got something going on, you don't have to wait for Roland. Because Roland will forget about everybody. So
no,
what?
I don't forget about everybody.
No.
I love my Silverline family. That's right.
He just I'm gonna. Roland knows this, and we're gonna go back to the backstory of a lot of times he's waiting. He forgets about us that he's gonna be on the show, and he has to try to find guests.
No. You're on my calendar, Trish. As soon as Trish sends me the date, you're on the calendar. I don't forget about you. It's there the whole time. But. And I even told you, I said, I think I even told Trish last month, I said, hey, we'll be running the Kickstarter, so I'll get the Kickstarter. That's right.
Roberta, make my trip. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye, Roberta.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for coming on.
Bye.
Okay, so next week we will be back here 8 o'clock Eastern. I don't know what time that is London time, but really early in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
So, but you know what's good, Peter, is since this is all streamed live, you can go back on later on in the day and rewatch it.
I
You
will.
can still
Of course I
comment.
will.
That's right. He watched the tape
I
delay.
always do
right?
that. See how I look.
We'll see what he said. What did I say? I don't remember what I said.
I don't know.
I was so asleep. I'm not sure what I said.
But next week we're gonna have a couple people, the crew that just their Kickstarter is gonna be ending here. It's the Green Tempest. They're gonna be on. Javier, and I can't ever remember because I know him as Alfred Pennyworth online. I can't ever remember what his real name is, but they're going to be on next week talking about their Kickstarter that's just going to end by the time.
You said Javier. You mean Javier Lugo?
Yep, Javier Lugo.
Nice, cool, very cool.
And see, like I said, you guys all kill me because you guys know I want to back every one of you guys Kickstarters, and then like. Everybody decides, let's do them all together.
Yeah.
So, but they're going to be on next Thursday. And then the weekend after that is, because I don't know if you know, Roland, we're going to start taking 1 week a month off just to kind of recoup and get everything going back.
Yeah.
Because with all the conventions coming back, we got to get back into the swing of everything.
Yeah.
And Steve, actually, I'll probably send it to Trish so she can keep up with it. I will send you my Kickstarter calendar for the rest of the year, so that you know, right? So that you know when we're gonna launch them.
And like I said, I know it was my bad because I wasn't paying close attention to you guys. Because I know you do one about every other month, but I wasn't paying attention, especially since I just got this one in the mail. I wasn't thinking. Right away having another one.
Well, we're actually going to for the first time ever, we're gonna when this one finishes, we're gonna launch another one in August before we have fulfilled this one. Yeah.
Ooh, you're taking a chance on this.
Yes. Yeah. It is a bit of a risk because we have never launched one without having fulfilled the last one. And so, but we just got so much product coming in. We've got to do this, or we're going to have stuff backed up, and all these creators are going to get upset and go, "Hey, my book's been done for 3 months. Why aren't we doing it?" Yeah. So, so we've got to do this. At least we're going to do, of course, this July. We're going to do August, and then again in September. Not sure if we'll do October, if we'll wait until November, but we'll just have to see. But we've got another handful of books getting really close to completion. So, we got to get them out.
Understandable.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And talking about conventions and everything, let's talk about what's going on this weekend. This weekend, we got Heroes and Villains 12th Annual Cosplay Party, the 16th in Jacksonville.
Oh.
I know Tommy wants to go up there.
Yep.
I've got my outfit ready.
Get your
See?
TikTok.
Yep. Okay, then we got the 904 Pop-Up Sea Walk Pavilion, the 18th in Jacksonville Beach. And then we got the Bazaar. What is that word? Trish wrote them down. I can't read it.
Bazaar Botanica.
Bazaar Botanica Market, Ivanhoe Brewing Company in Orlando on the 18th. And then online, you got the Zenoscope Virtual Beach Con, and that's on the 21st. Because they're still doing online conventions. I really think those are kind of a thing of the past.
Yeah, I do too.
They didn't work well in the first place.
I don't think. I know you had a good experience with one of them, didn't you, Roland?
Yeah,
it was odd because it was over like 3 weeks. So it was, so that was the weird part. If they would have just done it in one weekend, or
we had a blast though. That was a lot of fun.
We did. Yep.
Now, like I said, next week we're here with the Green Tempest crew. Then that weekend for us, we're going to be heading up to Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
We will be up at Savannah MegaCon for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your report on that. That's what I'm interested in seeing.
Well, that's what we still like the smaller conventions because we're considered press at the smaller conventions, where the bigger conventions now after the whole COVID thing, we're considered professionals and we have to still pay for a badge to go in and promote your show. Like, okay. It's like, that's kind of different. But we stick to what got us famous, and that's the local conventions. That's where we started. That's where we're going to stick to. And if it wasn't for the local conventions, I would have never met everybody except for Peter. This is the only way I would have met Peter.
We'll work on getting Peter here.
Okay.
We need to figure that out. That would be great.
That would be very cool.
So with that, guys, does anybody have anything else that they would like to say before we go?
Please go back our Kickstarter.
Absolutely. Haley usually has something very important to say at the end of every show. So
okay, Haley, go ahead. I got you up there.
You got it, Haley. Go.
All right. Make mine Silverline. With the right answer.
That's right.
and Tom says, "Good night, everybody."
Good night, Tom.
Good night, Tom. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Father.
And see, I still got to go in and edit that video where I have all you yelling, "Make mine Silverline," where I can get that because I want to put that on this show.
Yes, that would be very cool.
Okay, guys, and with that, let me get back and we will do the outro. And Peter, if you got to go, I understand.
Thank you. I'm exhausted and not well.
Feel better, Pete. Take care of that flu, man.
I think I'm taking the day off work. So
yeah.
Take the day off. Blame Roland.
Get you some sleep.
Yeah, go to the sip and go to bed. Thank you, guys. It's been good fun.
Thanks,
Pete.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Tommy, Haley, Roland, you guys, well, I know Haley doesn't know. If you guys want to sit and chat for a minute after the outro, we can do that. But here we go. And until next week, guys, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.